Hey everybody, it's Monday, and normally we do ghost pictures on Monday, but today I wanted to do something a little bit different. One of the things that I do is a podcast with my good friend Stevie and Judd, and the podcast called It's All a Work. The three of us have varying interests, and mine, of course, being more in the paranormal. So for our paranormal episode that we did about a month or so ago, I brought in some EVPs that I found. And I wanted to play this clip from the podcast because it contains the most disturbing EVP I've ever heard, and definitely the longest one as well. And I wanted to play the clip from the podcast itself because I wanted you to hear Judd and Stevie's reaction to that as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and play that, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll continue to bring you more and more content.
All right, this is from the Art Bell show, and if you remember Coast to Coast AM, I mean, one of my favorite shows to listen to, driving overnight, long drives at night, Judd, between shows, you know what I mean, between wrestling shows. Kane, myself, Charles Robinson, Rosie, D-Lo, we all used to listen to this show late at night. It was really interesting to listen to. So, Robert, you can stop me whenever you want. Let me know and just insert.
No, this one, whoever, because we're gonna have this link in the show notes. Whoever uploaded this, it's clipped just about right because it explains the clip and then it plays the clip. So I mean, it doesn't really need any setup, and you can play the whole thing.
All right, it's about 6 minutes. Here we go.
All right, let's get on to the mental hospital. This is going to be disturbing. Tune out if this kind of thing disturbs you. It might. So this first one is going to require some special attention, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
This one is easily the oddest recording that we have ever recorded, even ever heard. It's just so different from anything we've played.
Why?
The length of it, for one. It's almost 2 minutes long.
Oh, my goodness.
And at the time this was recorded, nobody was in the room. What had happened is I had been recording at the upper level of this mental hospital for a while.
Right.
And my battery started going low on my laptop.
Right.
So I moved the laptop downstairs into this room that was way off at the very end of the building and plugged it in and set it on a shelf and just let it sit there and record. And after I did that, I started walking out of the room and went outside, and everybody else had followed us out there, and everybody was sitting outside at the time this was recorded. And it sat there silent for about 7 minutes. And then all of a sudden, after about 7 minutes, you hear what can only be described as a child. And followed by the child, you hear an older man, and then the child again. And the child keeps going on and on.
This was recorded again in a completely empty room.
Yes.
And there's no chance that
This is terrifying just hearing about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me keep going, I think.
conversation going on outside that room by any of you or anybody else could have been what we're about to hear.
Oh, no, definitely. And for one, it is, to me, definitely a child. There's no question that...
You had no children anywhere near?
We never have children. We don't allow anyone under the age of 18 anywhere near our investigations. The other odd thing is, for about 15 to 20 seconds at the end of this recording, you hear water, and you hear it splashing and splashing back and forth, and almost a thrashing sound. And then you're going to hear a thud, and the sound just dies. You hear nothing else after that. In fact, the next thing you'd hear is me coming in to pick up the laptop and move it. We didn't include that on this clip, obviously, but...
How do you interpret that splashing and thrashing?
To me, listening to this over and over and over again, and this is what really bothers me, Barbara and I and the rest of the GIS had a big debate on whether this should even be included in the show, because I thought it was almost too disturbing to play.
Well, thanks
me,
a lot, Robert.
It sounds like what you're hearing is a kid saying, "Help me, I can't breathe, I couldn't breathe."
A child drowning is what you think?
Yeah. I mean, I can't take it any other way. And, you know, we've played this for quite a few people that aren't in our group, that don't normally listen to EVP.
Yes.
Didn't tell them what they were going to be listening for other than everything you hear in this clip should not have been there at the time. And they all come up with the same conclusion, that this sounds like a child being murdered.
Oh, my God. All right. Anything else we should know before I play it?
About the only other thing you should know is you will hear water in this clip being thrashed around. And
really?
There was absolutely no water in this building. This building hasn't had water for over 20 years. I mean, it doesn't have water running to it, period.
All right. Let's let everybody decide for themselves. Here it is. Can't breathe. God.
That water, man. Whoa, what the fuck, man? That water at the end was pretty intense. It sounds like the acoustics of that is a bathtub. If
Yes.
I'm getting that right.
Oh yeah. Listen. Yeah. There's a little bit more. There's more in that clip, isn't there?
There's 8 seconds, so let me play the rest of it.
Okay,
I thought they were just slowing it down and isolating it. Let's play the last 8 seconds.
All right.
Pretty much, yeah. So that was my reaction to Judd.
Well, guys, it's been fun. I gotta cut this one short. No, I don't know what to say, man. That's what does a skeptic say to something like that? That obviously, I guess that the Warrens are hoaxers.
Yeah, I mean, someone would say that was some elaborate setup. I mean, because when you absolutely decide that you're not going to believe in something, but taking what he says at face value, that is by far the most stunning EVP I've ever heard.